All right, we're simplifying 7 plus 3i over 2 plus I. So these are complex numbers, and notice that since I is the square root of negative 1, that means you have a radical in the denominator. And in mathematics, it's improper etiquette to have a radical in the denominator of a fraction. So we need to get rid of this I in the bottom, or in the denominator. So we're going to do that by multiplying by the complex conjugate of the bottom, and the complex conjugate is going to be the same thing as this, but with an opposite sign in the middle. Somebody really smart figured out that if you multiply by the complex conjugate, it always gets rid of the I term. So if we do that, we're going to put this all in parentheses like that, and we're going to use the FOIL method across the top. If you don't know what the FOIL method is, this lesson is too advanced for you. You should YouTube search the FOIL method and learn that. Anyway, so 7 times 2 is 14. This is negative 7i, positive 6i, and then negative 3i squared. So just multiplying across the top there. Down on the bottom, because these are conjugates, you only have to multiply the first terms, which would be 2 times 2, and the last terms, which would be negative I squared. The reason for that is if you did FOIL this all out, the outer and inner terms would end up canceling. And since they cancel, it would be better just not to do them at all. So that's always going to happen. So first and last when they're complex conjugates. That only works if they're complex conjugates like the bottom. Now, because I squared is equal to negative 1, we can substitute that in up here and simplify. So this is going to become 14. Of course, I'm going to add those I terms together. It's going to be negative I. And then since I squared is negative 1, negative 1 times negative 3 is 3. So I'm simplifying the top there. Here, since I squared is negative 1, this is actually 4. And then a minus a negative 1 is actually a positive 1. So that's going to become 5. Because this is actually 4 minus negative 1, which is 4 plus 1, 5. And then you add the 4 and the 3 to get 17. And so that's 17 minus I over 5, which is going to be 17 over 5, because the 5 belongs to both of these, minus 1/5 I. So this negative I over 5 is 1/5 I. So this is your final answer on that.